Welcome back, everyone, and today we are working on the Case 442. It's a four-wheel drive hydrostatic, so it's got a rear end in the front and a rear end in the rear. They're tied together and it is center articulating. It's run by a Kohler 12-horse flathead, and so this is in the beginning stages of this build. I did not build this, I got it from somebody, but I'm gonna slowly make it work and get it going, making it super cool. So today we're putting Am X3 XMR bead locks with some 30 by 10 by 14 system 3 tires on them. And as you can see, they're already mounted up, but stay tuned for later in the video to see the whole production of the hubs and getting these things to work out on the case. So this machine, both the front rear axle both have high and low range, and in all these videos they are currently in low range. I do not have shifters made up for them yet, so until then it's going to be slow rolling from here on out. This is gonna look wicked. Now, it's raining, so it's gonna be a little bit loud in here, and it's kind of tight space, but so these are the factory or the tires that it came on it. And right now putting the wheel spacer adapters on. At this point, these wheel spacer adapters, I have so much time in these that I could have just bought brand new wheels and tires that would have bolted up. But what fun would that be? Like, this is like my first big machining project, and of course I picked up the crappiest hub out of all of them to show you guys. But I don't know, this was a super fun project, and I'm super excited to see what it's gonna look like with all of them on there. So let's bolt the other two up. I'm currently borrowing these. I don't know if they're off of a snow plow or what, but I only had 12 of these. That's why I had to put the stud in here. But the fantastic part is I ordered bolts and lug nuts and everything for this job, and they did not come like they were supposed to. So this is what we're working with for right now. So I'm gonna end up having to take this all back apart, swapping out the stuff meant to be in there eventually. Ta-da! center, and it'll make the center hole. We got our 3-inch tubes and my lathe tooling I ordered, and we're facing these off to make them parallel or completely square, and then we're cutting back about 3/8 of an inch to just clean up all this goo off of it. So I was gonna go ahead and recess the centering rings in the lathe in here, and what I ended up doing is making this spacer collar that my centering ring slides over, and then that goes right in there. So then I'm just tack welding it on either end and then welding it in the centers. All right, this is my setup for welding the back pieces on, as you can see. So I got this end done, and then we're putting these on, fully welding them, and then like some of these are a little bit too tight, so I get this flipped over and we'll get that beat down on and flush. But this one will obviously, once it's flipped over, will come flush up to the edge. We'll weld it fully on the back side, and then I'm going to chuck these up in the lathe and clean these up as well. And then basically I got to wait until I have the wheel, which is at home, so I can put the wheel on here and mark out the bolt pattern for the Am X3 wheels, and then I will have to do a 6-on-6 pattern on the back side of this, so that way I can put that onto the case. Taking a, I think this is 17/32 transfer punch. All that is a 17/32 diameter rod with a punch tip in it. I have a whole kit, all different sizes. These things are great for making templates and gaskets whenever you gotta use an existing part. Just going through, I got these spaced up since the taper on these, or the point, are more shallow than the cone for the lug nut. So I just have a 1/4-inch nut under each of these and just go around and tap all 4, and that's your exact, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your bolt pattern for the Can-Am wheels. And that's exactly what this centering ring's for. It just centers the wheel onto the hub, so everything will be hub centric and all in line.